Hello, hello, and welcome back to Minotaur Hotel. We're still with the boys, you know. The goodest boys, the best characters in this game. Morning, boss! The fan in the bathroom was still struggling to billow the steam that, from Storm's shower out of the room. He stood in front of me, quizzical and clean, cow-eyed. Trying to impress me with proactiveness after the morning before, perhaps. I feigned a stretch and a yawn. Morning. You doing okay? Yeah. Why wouldn't I be? You seem kind of restless just now, and I don't mean to pry, but I feel bad seeing you sleep like this, sir. What do you mean? There's only one bed, and you let me have it, but now you're sleeping on the rickety old wooden chair. I don't feel good about that, and ain't I supposed to be the one helping you here? Don't worry about it. This is how I always sleep. I didn't let you have the bed out of kindness. It just so happened I don't like lying down. That's some kind of peacock thing? Or is it a you thing? It's a none of your goddamn business thing. Well, fuck me for, trying to be nice. With all due respect, sir, you're kind of a cunt. Guilty as charged. You ready to head out? Yeah. Okay, so 2. How many days do I have? Okay. What did red mean again? That I had been there, right? It's not the ledger, whoops. It was in files, correct? Help, ooh. Controls? No. Team sesh. Go. That's fine. I'll figure it out on my own. Man, I don't remember all of the steps that Nini said. We have to bury them, right? So, salt plain. He had mentioned the salt plains, and that's neat. Oh, I want to go everywhere. Yeah, we'll go to the salt plains. In the heart of the hinterlands, near its lower point, is a vast plain where the salt mining company keeps all their production before doing whatever they need to package and ship. I had seen it from afar once with Dad. An endless stretch of cracked white that makes the very air around it cut one's throat. Back then, I didn't know enough to appreciate the importance of salt as a purification and cleansing agent for the occult, and an entire field of it is a powerful thing indeed. If any place in the hinterlands might hold the promise to lead me to the Minotaur's Hotel, this had to be it. I was also aware, however, of a pond nearby. All the water flowing into the hinterlands ended up there, bringing all manner of dirt and trash with it. That kind of defilement, too, may bring about malevolent apparitions, which is promising in its own way as well. So, we're going to the Salt Plains. Yes, salt has many occult properties. So perhaps that might give us a lead to the hotel. Do you know any weirdness ever happening down here? Not really. Oh, excuse me. Except for a crazy old man who wanders around those parts. He's some kind of hermit or some such. Every now and then, I'd stumble onto him, and we'd share food. He ain't a bad guy, just completely out of his mind. Oh my god. Interesting. Could you take me to him? You want to talk to the old wacko? Madness and insight often come hand in hand. Also, it's very rude of you to refer to him in that manner, so don't do it again. Okay, fine. What's this gentleman's name? Storm bit his lip and tapped his hooves to the beat of the song, even as he seemed to rack his brain. And to rack his brain, he kept the rhythm. Whoops. Wasn't supposed to minimize that. Okay. That's fine. I don't know. Don't recall him ever telling me. I just called him old man. And he doesn't mind. Nah. He's actually a real cool dude. Never gave me shit for being, well, a Minotaur. Yeah, that. Interesting. Perhaps he's familiar with occult matters then. Just tell me where to go, Storm. I've got a good feeling about this one. Aye aye, boss. For an hour or so, we trekked through the salt plains, checking each of the spots where Storm had encountered the old man before. A Storm leapt from the top of the mound and slid down. I took a moment to breathe, feel the breeze while drinking some water, and get my bearings. I was standing on another hardened pile of salt and dirt, left out there from the last time the mining company had been. It was about noon. The heat and that unending, sprawling whiteness were getting to me. Then I noticed, way out and behind, was someone watching. Too far and the surrounding too bright for me to catch any details. When I turned around, they were gone. Maybe they ducked behind another salt mound, or one of the scraggly trees. I stood there, seeing if they came back out, but no such luck. I turned around, following Storm's example, and slid down. Just as I descended past the dunes peak, the figure arose again, this time accompanied by two more. It's possible we're being followed. You sure? There shouldn't be anyone out here around this hour. Yeah, couldn't catch any details, but I saw one, then three shapes staring at us about a kilometer away. And then I saw another one of them right behind me, atop the dune, at just the right angle that my head blocked Storm from seeing it. Storm, don't move. Look me in the eyes and don't move. He still tried to fidget and look behind me, but I shook my head. Do you know the Maria? Yeah, of course. Close your eyes and pray with me then. We both mutter through it once. The figure was still watching us. Storm cracked open one eye to peek at me. Again. Trust me. Just keep going until I say so. The kid tore through prayer after prayer with ease, barely getting a syllable wrong. I followed along, but kept my attention on the figure behind me. Prayer after prayer, it receded, until our watcher shredded itself as a flower shredded? Yes, itself. As a flower sheds its petals under the breeze. An apparition. A weak one, though. We found it. The hotel? Maybe. Or something otherwise occult. Are we safe? If a few, Ave Marias were enough to dispel it, then yes. More peculiar, in fact, that this thing can cross a field of salt unhindered, which means it might not even be malevolent. That was when I realized my mistake. I was too preoccupied with what was behind me that I didn't check what was in my blind spot. That is, right behind Storm. I reached for my gun, just as my little friend. Sweet Jesus! Storm leapt towards me, blocking me from pulling my gun out. And you brought a friend, as much as a friend as that thing might be. That is. You almost gave me a heart attack. Your fault. You should have seen me coming. Do you think I had my eyes in the back of my head or something? Not you, no. Now, won't you introduce me to your captor over there? Oh, yeah. Old man, this is... shut up for a second. Storm, check your ear gauge. Oh. It's active. And you. Me. How can you see through it? Why, I'm above the, parlor tricks. I don't know what to do for him. Parlor tricks you all, kids do. I've got a keen eye myself, you know. Much like you. Which is why I'm shocked you don't recognize me. I'm afraid I can't recognize someone I've never met before. Is that so? What's your name, boy? People call me Pete. And you don't recognize me. Me! After everything. Didn't I tell you to never come back? I'm afraid you got the wrong Pete. Might you be referring to my grandfather? Oh dear. He bonked his head with the butt of his hand. What year is it? Are we past 2000s? Oh, what a blunder I've made. Awfully sorry, really am. What a mess. This whole kerfuffle for nothing. Please understand. It's just that you and him smell and look just the same. Such a sweetly chaotic stench. Please understand. It's been so long since I entertained any guests. I just got overexcited. And what guests? Yes, so nostalgic. What could I ever, how could I ever guess that Io, and the headless guard would just walk right into my quaint little home? He motioned modestly. Clearly, if it wasn't for age, he would have gestured far more broadly. Straight out of the poems, yes. Come now, sit with me. My stench may attract all the maggots in this hole, but none shall bother our sweet... Io? No, wait a second. You still haven't answered my question. How are you... Wait, how you saw through Storm's disguise, and don't think I didn't catch that little jab of yours. And those, apparitions following us, they were your handiwork, too. More like yours, Gramps. I, didn't put them here. No, sir. What? What did you... He cackled. His cackle was combined with a cough, strings of snot and... phlegm? Burst from, his mouth with every gust of air. I mean to say... I mean what I say, and say what I mean. You bug-eyed headless giant. How do you... I can see as much as you, Birdie. I'm a god. I love this lad. He's great. What the hell? I closed my eyes, but the image of that thing was already burned into every one of my feathers. Come on, boss. Don't be so rough with him. He's just some crazed, weird, just some old man. He can just be odd like this sometimes. Tapir. Okay. Unhinged. More like. But he's harmless, boss. Just some poor old sick beggar. Beggar? I have you know, I'm a hermit, sonny. I don't beg for the table scraps of the vermin. You beg for my food all the time. Ah, but that's because you are no vermin. Just the unluckiest boy in this forsaken hole, and not one of my subjects. Yeah. He's just, poor and unhinged, boss. Completely harmless. But I don't think he'll, learn anything about the hotel from him. This creature, this person, this spirit. Can he hear this, or simply see me? He can keep himself veiled from Storm, while letting me see. But is he tricking the kid? What's his game? If he's as crazy as Storm says he is, will he just snap sometime and breathe? Keep a hold of yourself. Storm, this isn't a man. I'm a god. But even God is a mere monster. I am frightfully sorry, sir, for intruding on your territory without permission. Finally, some goddamn respect. Boss, what are you talking about? The greatest wonder of the hinterlands, the source of all purity and... He began to laugh, his skull off. Well, all curses too. So, what's the script this time? Are we going to do the whole I'm looking for the Minotaur Hotel rigmarole all over again? Just like we did with your grandpappy. You know about it. Sure do. I was just meandering along, minding my business and taking a leak. When he got pulled into it, I saw it myself, I did. How do I get there? Ha! No shame at all. You insufferable brat. You come to my territory, dispel my apparitions, talk to me like I'm some mortal vermin, and then you have the gall to ask me a question like that. You are so rude. Don't even ask me what I'm doing. Not a damn word about my day, the weather, my skull, or my salt. He dragged his foot along the ground, kicking a few chunks and crystals my way. I couldn't even look him in the eye anymore. Well, fuck you. I could get you in there. I could. I know just how to do it. The bus driver told me how to get in. If you want any help, though, you'll need to pay back your debt. Please, sir. I'm sorry. What do I need to do? Oh, I don't know. I just want to be treated right, you know. Don't you think it's horrible, being a god in this forsaken heap of curses and salt? Worship me a little. Make an offering or two. Oh, I know. Be a dear and retrieve my skin from the terrible Christian prison, would you? What do you mean? He held up his hand, where some stray bits of fur and skin hung from the knuckles like tassels. My skin, Birdie. The thing that should be all over me. Those Christians took it from me. And my dear, dear kids tried bringing it back. But your grandpappy got them all killed, right? He didn't know that. He had to. Yes.
You came here, walking and talking like you're hot shit. But I see through you. Just a rotting drop of giant's blood, peacocking around as if your lineage didn't have millennia of defilement all around you. That's how I know you're grandpappy, kiddo. He killed my worshippers. But, let me be honest with you. While you may not be as too much of a shit to beg, I most certainly am not. If I still had any power, I'd curse you to become an arrowhead or something. But since I'm only a decrepit, rotten god, get me my pelt, and I'll tell you how to get to that damn hotel. It's in the hinterland's oldest church, the one that got flooded. I can't dive on down and get it myself. All those Christian juices around there would burn me to the bone. But you little Greco-something boy, I'd bet my left nut you could do it. You might not, you might need to do one or two of your disguising rituals, though. I know there's some warding magic there, but in place by that old wannabe witch, using a certain peacock's feather as a catalyst. So, just a little dive and praying and thanks, and well, I'll tell you how to get to that hotel.
I got on my knees for the deity of the hinterlands. I had to grit my teeth and swallow my pride to do it in front of Storm. But you can't recover from treating a god like I did without some contrition?
Well now, what a good birdie.
He put his hand with a slouched off palm on my shoulder. I could only tense up and try not to retch.
Do this one thing, and we'll be friends, eh? And how about you, Storm? How's your day going? Pretty damn weird, sir. Yes, I understand. I too hate the sensation of 100 eyes all gazing at me, giving me the heebie-jeebies like you wouldn't believe. You think you can get this little piece of shit to do my errand for me? I mean, I'm not really sure what's going on, sir. You're a smart one. I'm sure you can figure it out. As for you, Birdie, I may be lower than dirt now, but I can still cast a curse or two. Were you not with my little friend here, I'd have taught you a thing or two about what a bloody cycle of revenge really is.
He kicked up another cloud of salt, almost losing his balance and spinning himself around this time.
Now go.
And there he goes. I went from being unable to keep the tapir god's gaze to being unable to meet Storms as he held me up.
And bring me a snack, too. When you get it, a god needs offerings.
Storm waved and called out,
Stay safe, old man! Storm, please don't tell a god to stay safe. It's improper.
Okay. I felt like I needed to rush back to the hotel and hop in the shower to wash the stench of that friend of Storm's out of my nostrils. Storm was concerned about us not having a good first impression of each other. A reasonable concern. It said something about Award? From some witch having a catalyst. Do I have to go to the second church? I saw that that was on the map. Lots of thinking. And he mentioned a bus driver, and there is a bus stop on the map. So... Oh, but food as well, right? Once more we drove around, this time following my grandpa's notes. We went off-road often. When it got real bumpy, Storm rolled a blanket I kept in the back seat around his horns so they wouldn't gouge the car's ceilings every time he bounced up. That's cute. He's lucky the car is a piece of shit, not worth the cost of caring about every scuff and bruise. Otherwise, I'd have had him lay down in the back seat. My grandpa's map kept us from getting lost, but he'd led us to any new revelations. That was not that word. What the fuck was I reading? Yeah, revelation. Yeah, okay. Just making sure. I'm going insane, guys. We all know this. Or I am insane. Am I going insane, or I just am insane? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Back during some big war, World War II maybe, some general or other got in their head that all the places shot at most often returning planes should be the places reinforced. I'm having some troubles. But they didn't think about the places that weren't hit, and that, if they were, those were the fatal spots. The planes weren't even coming back to get inspected. So all the blank spots on Grandpa's map were they his missteps and missed opportunities, or were they what kept him from dying out in the in that hellhole? On our way back into town, we saw a car parked on the road's shoulder with the hood pulled up. There were 3 people, 2 men, 1 woman, sitting on the ground and leaning against the bumper as they watched us pass. I made no motion to pull over. We left them behind. The kid couldn't keep quiet about it.
You think they'll be alright?
Why does it matter? They're probably robbers hoping to score a new car to dismantle for scraps. If we stop, we might even get killed.
How do you know that?
Back when I was on the force, that's all I ever heard about from the hinterlands. It happens every other day. He let out a very moonlight groan.
You're a cop?
Kids, did he fancy himself a rebel? Would he want to test his mettle against the man? He looked unsure of himself, like he was almost humiliated just sitting next to me. I quit a while ago.
Oh, okay.
Why? You do something you regret, Storm?
No, sir.
Then why's your voice 2 tones higher? You don't have to worry. As I said, I'm not an officer anymore. I don't care if you've broken the law. Besides, you are under my wing. I can't let you get sent to jail before your job's done.
No. Thanks, sir.
You're welcome.
You don't, care to know what I did?
Nope. But if you feel like talking, go on ahead.
What if I killed someone? Wouldn't you want to know about that?
He was so sure of himself with that cocky grin, like a calf or a dog leaping about, inviting me to play along. And his eyes, too, glistening, softened by his smile, focused on my face and not the holster below my armpit.
Well?
His voice was a rumbling bass, with a thick accent and sudden bouts of sharpness, like glass shards hidden beneath the beach's sand. But there was still a hint of a boyhood in it, too. A man's voice changes when he kills, and gets away with it. When you learn When you learn murder can be a good enough solution to your problem, it leaves a stain behind. I'd heard plenty of that type of voice, both in my time on the force and when I would visit the hinterlands with my dad and grandpa. I almost could have thanked God that storm still sounded right as rain.
You probably couldn't kill a fly, let alone another person. If it wasn't for the horns and hooves, I'd guess pickpocket. Yeah, that seems more up your alley. What? What are you saying? I'm weak. Your eyes are too soft. If you were a killer, you'd be different. Okay, fine. I didn't kill anyone. I joined a gang and I also stole some stuff. You saying there's gangs in this hellhole. What kind did you join? It wasn't here. I tried living in the city for a while. Didn't work out, though. Excuse me. So I came back. And what did you do in your time in the gang? Nothing. I didn't have the guts to go through with their initiation. Good. And the stealing. Food. No shit. What do you mean by that? You were fucking charmless, homeless, sleeping in the hole in a wall. No shit you stole food. Who wouldn't in your position? Is that all you ever stole? Just food to get by? Yeah. I know it ain't much, but it's enough that I always get nervous around cops. Feel like they'll always figure out at any moment and come for me. Only if they don't have anything better to do. Stealing food to survive is insignificant, a minimal harm, no social danger, little to no room for a moral reproach, and whatever damage it does cause is negligible. That excludes criminal typifications. So, well, long story short, it's not a crime. And if you didn't do anything else criminal when you tried to join the gang, you're all clear. They let me, though, let me just say, you are right to avoid people who could start shit. What with you being charmless and all. So you're telling me I'm not a criminal? Yeah, I hereby cleanse you of all wrongdoing. My son. Go and sin no more. I fucking love P, oh my god. Damn. Thanks, boss. You're welcome. A sigh escaped from his throat, hitched, nearly staining at the seams. Actually, I might have to just end the part here. It's getting a little bit long. I'll see you around, everyone.